Barcelona end their preseason with an absolute bang. They just beat the hell out of Como. That was belt to ass. That was complete domination. And they finally decided to stop playing Squid Game contestants and part-time hibachi chefs. They went against a Serie A team that finished 10th in the table last season. Como were a squad that people viewed as underrated. Everybody talked about Cesc Fàbregas and about how good of a manager he was. But today, he had a disaster class. We gotta talk about these tactics because I'm trying to figure out who the hell does Cesc Fàbregas think he's managing? How do you come to Barcelona and you play a high line and you're trying to play out from the back? You don't have this quality on the pitch to do that. A team like Como going against Barcelona, you need to sit back, defend, and pray to God that they make a mistake and you can hit them on the counter. Why am I seeing Como trying to outplay Barca? You're not that team, little bro. And you got slapped. And to be honest, Barcelona could have scored more goals. They took their foot off the gas in that second half. Lamine Yamal, he bagged that 5th goal. And after that, Barca said, nah, job is done. Let's not embarrass Cesc Fàbregas too much. Let's not embarrass Sergi Roberto any more than what we already have. Awful game plan from Como today. There's no way in hell any small team should ever be coming to Barcelona and playing against them with a high line and passing out from the back. But another unsuccessful hate watch. I mean, I expected Barcelona to win. Let's just be very clear here. In my watch along, I predicted Barcelona to win 4-1. But they ended up leaving with a 5-0 victory over Como. I need you to get in the comment section and let me know what you're saying for this match. Because it was another training session for Barca. They rarely got out of first gear this game. And for the opening, I'd say 20 minutes, Como was hanging in there. At the very start of the game, Como had an early chance. And I was thinking, yo, this Barca back line, no Inigo Martinez, it's looking a bit suspect. I was hoping that Como were going to be able to do something for us. And they were hanging in there, opening 20 minutes. They weren't better than Barcelona, but they didn't look like shit. Barcelona in the opening 20 minutes were not destroying them, right? Como had a little bit of possession. Barca dominated the ball, right? Barcelona were dictating the tempo. Como were kind of just handling the pressure that Barca were applying very well. And then they decide to play out from the back. That first goal, by the way, Fermín López masterclass. The 2 goals that he scored today were very good. He got the opener. Again, why the hell are Como trying to play out from the back? Barcelona are a team that presses very high up the pitch. What made Cesc Fàbregas in his right mind think, let's play out from the back? I just don't understand. Stevie Wonder, Helen Keller could have all told you that that is not the way to go against Barcelona if you're a mid-table team like Como. They try and play out from the back. Fermín López, very good awareness. Intercepts the ball, scores a goal. Takes his shot very well. And then, you would think, Como, surely they would have learned, right? They would have adjusted. And they would have realized, yo, we cannot play this way. Wrong. A few minutes later, they lose the ball in Barca's half and immediately get hit on the counter. Why are Como playing a high line against Barcelona? What the fuck am I watching? Cesc Fàbregas thinks he's Pep Guardiola? Who does he think he is? Marcus Rashford's pace is too much. You're not going to be able to contain that. They hit them on the counter, essentially. They play the through ball to Rashford. He puts it on a plate for Raphinha, who's wide open at the back post. There's nothing that Como could have done there because they're playing a high line. They don't have the quality to sustain this style of play against a team that's as aggressive as Barcelona. I don't understand. And then we got to talk because Lamine Yamal bags. And the thing is, I don't even believe that Lamine Yamal had a good performance in that first half. But he ended up getting a goal. Why? Off the back of another Como mistake. And then, Fermín López, his second goal. And his second goal came before, because Lamine Yamal scored the fourth. Fermín López got the first goal and then the third one. His third goal, oh my days, what an absolute banger. I'm going to be real. You guys know, I usually call him Feminine Lopez, but today, we're going to give him some credit. He played very fucking well. He took his chances. His ball striking was world class. Fair enough. I still don't rate him. I still don't think he's good enough to start for Barca week in, week out. But he's making the most of his opportunities. Then, like I said, Lamine Yamal got the fourth goal. Now, the thing is, Como had chances this game. And if it was Ter Stegen in goal, Como would not have left this match with 0. They would have actually gotten on the score sheet. Jean Garcia had a very good performance today. He's shown why Barcelona went out there and bought him. Ter Stegen, with all the drama that's been going on with him at the club, he needs to realize you're no longer going to be Barcelona's number one. They didn't buy Joan Garcia from Espanyol for him to hold bench. Joan Garcia will be Barca's number one keeper, and he actually looks really good at the back. He looked good for Espanyol. He was one of the better goalkeepers in La Liga this past season, so it makes sense that he looks good for Barcelona. He's playing with better players. He's not going to be facing as many shots on target. His defense today did not look shaky. I was looking at Arroyo and Cubarsí. How was that partnership going to work? Aside from the opening, I'd say 30 seconds, and then sometime in the second half, Como didn't really pose a threat. Like, Barca's back line didn't really have to deal with much. Gotta give them credit. They dominated the ball so much, Como couldn't do anything. Nico Paz, my Argentinian midfielder. I was hoping that he was going to be able to do something for us. He did nothing. Nico Paz did not have a good performance. I can't tell you one good thing that Nico Paz did today. Marcus Rashford, he got the assist, so fair enough. But how did he miss that wide open goal in that first half? Bro, Marcus Rashford could have had a goal and could have had an assist. This guy missed a wide open net. I know that, look, Rashford might do decent. I think he will do a decent job for Barca. I already said I think Rashford gets 16 to 17 GA in all comps. But I still think it's a bad loan move, considering that they're paying him $260,000 a week. Marcus Rashford is their 5th highest paid player at the club. He's never worth that kind of money, bro. Like, his finishing, his decision-making in the final third, it's not all that good. Yes, he had a decent assist, but Raphinha was wide open. It wasn't like he had to make a great pass. They hit them on the counter. It was like a, 2v2 kind of situation. But, nah, man, look, that Rashford miss was a madness, bro. I'm gonna be real. Barcelona could have scored 9 goals today. The second half, Lamine Yamal scored immediately when the second half started, basically. Ferran Torres got the assist, and then Barcelona just took their foot off the gas. That could have been worse than what it was. But, nah, I think, look, Fermín López today, masterclass. I wouldn't say masterclass, but his ball striking is very good, bro. Like, that second goal was nuts. But Barcelona just absolutely blitzed them. They took advantage of Como's stupid tactics, and they won this game very comfortably. Now, this is their last match before La Liga kicks off, and they've not lost a game all preseason. They've been putting up high score lines against every team that they went against. And I know that they were playing the teams in Asia, right? Like, they played a Japanese team. They played a Korean side as well. And now they played Como. So they haven't really played any good competition. But nonetheless, if you're a Barca fan, you have to feel confident going into this next season because the performances have been very good. Again, I still think their back line is going to struggle. I still think that there's going to be times that they're going to get caught out and they will lose games because of it. But offensively, Barcelona are so good in attack that even if they do concede, even if they do go behind, it's like we said last season, bro. Barcelona are literally comeback FC. Even if they're down 2-3-0, you just know they're going to flip that switch and they'll get right back into the game. But all in all, I think everybody went out there for Barca and they did their job, right? Like, we got to give, like I said, Joan Garcia credit. Pedri was a bit quiet today. Didn't really do any good passes like that. Just kind of held the ball, was doing the basics, wasn't really giving too much energy. Again, Raphinha, he bagged, and I believe he got a goal an assist as well, if I'm not mistaken. Rashford scored. Everybody in Barca's front four was involved with GA, right? Frankie de Jong, I believe he got an assist. He actually looked decent today as well. Eric Garcia, I'd say maybe didn't do as much. But again, Como would have scored if it was not for Joan Garcia. Like the two saves that he made, great reflexes. Alejandro Balde on that left side. The guy was basically just playing left back, left wing back, and left winger. Like, he was everywhere. He was the one that was providing that width on the left side. It seemed like Raphinha, as always, was inverting. Marcus Rashford this game started in the 9 because Lewandowski was injured. So he was already occupying the middle. Yeah, Alejandro Balde had a good performance. And then the bench players came on the second half. They didn't really do too much. It didn't really seem like the intensity was still there. This match was over by the time we got to the 40th minute, bro. It was over. So, look, Barca take care of business. Cesc Fàbregas gets absolutely cooked with those idiotic tactics. But I want to know, what are you guys saying for this match? Get in the comment section, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications.